Hey, so guys and girls, thank you for joining me. And I'm here to talk to you about Facebook ads and Spotify, your favorite topic. So, this is my song Be Forever, and this is my artist Chicago City. Be Forever is the third song I've released from Chicago City, and I almost did it as a proof of concept to see um, how a very, very genre specific song would perform compared to my previous moniker. It's still actually it's my current as well, VXD, as you can see there, which is not doing too badly. Let me just show you just quickly the results of VXD. It's not doing amazingly, but it's not doing too bad. Okay, so that's VXD. A lot more music, a lot more ads, and yeah, you can check it out in your own time. But basically, we're here to talk about Chicago City. So, what is Chicago City? Chicago City is an idea that I came up with at the start of the year. I've released 3 songs. The first one is called Feel Like, and that came out in March. A month later, I released Inside You, and more recently in August, I released Be Forever. We're here to talk about Be Forever. I've already done a video of the second song, Inside You, and comparing that to I Feel Like. And what my theory is that Spotify is basically a big database and it needs information, right? And genre is a key piece of information that you feed it. If you don't have a strong genre, Spotify just doesn't know what to do with your song, and it's going to be less likely to push you into an algorithmic release. But if all of your songs and you as an artist are very focused and specifically focused on one genre, and in my case it's slap house genre, then Spotify knows that is you, right? It knows that you're going on Slap House playlists. It knows that other people are listening to Slap House playlists, are listening to your song, and then it knows to send that song to other people who like that music. So it was an experiment at the time. I'm taking it a bit more seriously because the results aren't terrible. It's not too bad. It's not exactly what I want, but it's probably because of my limitations as a producer rather than my skills in marketing. So the key thing really is you need really a strong genre to get the most out of the algorithm, but you need to make impressive music that people want to listen to. So let's just talk a little bit about Be Forever. This is the latest track, and you can see the last 28 days, it's picked up 10,000 streams. Just sort of the history of it. Let's just move to the 12-month view. Song was released on the 27th. Actually, on the day I got 0 streams because they credited a new artist rather than joining me up with my previous songs. And so I had to get that changed. I didn't do any ads while they were changing that, but they changed it quickly. And in the second day, I'll just tell you how much money I spent. So in the second day, I had a campaign and spent. I put £150 because I'm British. I put £150 into the campaign, which is a lot of money. I wouldn't normally do that, and the results are not great. But what's happened, and the reason I did that is because Facebook doesn't really optimize your ads until you've reached 50 conversions. What I didn't want is to be spending $10, $20 a day, pounds a day, and waiting for 3 days before the thing was optimized. I wanted it to be optimized on the first day so I could really do well in that critical sort of first week. I missed the first day, which is shit, but I still had the rest of the week to do well, and I couldn't waste any time. So I put 150 in just to get to that number quickly, and I got to the number of 50 conversions after spending 60 or 70 pounds. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but it was around that much. And as soon as I hit the 50 conversions, I stopped. So even though I had a budget of 150, I reached my target of 50 conversions. And normally with my music, 50 conversions would, at about 80% turnaround is not much. It's 30 or 40 streams, but they're not streams; they're listeners, and those listeners tend to listen 2 to 3 times. So you should be getting close to 100 streams. I got to 200, and it's not just because of that. It's also because you are on the other release radar, because you have, at that stage I had like 20 followers. So you have your existing followers listening as well. They might listen 2 or 3 times. Not all of them will, but some of them will. So it kind of all adds up, as well as social media. It drip feeds, right? People listen all over the place. So it got to 212 in the first day. The second day I put £50. I got 325, £50 on the third day. And then after that, I dropped it right down to $10 a day. Okay, so you can see it's starting to go down. It's still not bad for $10 a day. It's starting to go down. On the first Friday of the release, I got a minor release radar algorithmic push. So we got almost 500 streams on that day, and that just kept going. And on the second Friday, you can see there 856 streams. Most of that was release radar, and it just keeps going. And by this stage, I stopped the ads. I wasn't paying any money for the ads. My budget was about 200. I think I've spent just slightly more than £200. And it continues and continues and continues. It was really yesterday or the day before where it stopped. So it kind of stopped here, but it kept trickling in. And I actually got, even yesterday, Saturday's numbers, I even got release radar then. It was like 10 or 20. It wasn't many, which made me start thinking, if the song was released on the 27th of August and the 2nd of October, that's more than 28 days. And the thing about release radar is typically it is a 28-day cycle. So I found it weird that I was still getting release radar on the 2nd of October, but I did. And, they change their algorithm all the time. So this is probably another change that people don't know about. So you heard it first from me, folks. You can get release radar after 28 days. Maybe less than, maybe not too much more than 28 days, but you do get it. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, so there you go. That's kind of the overall results. Now, just to show you the playlist, remember I spent £200. Got 211 playlists, right? So a couple of them are algorithmic. I got a small Discover Weekly, and you can see here my release radar is actually significant for this song. Out of 13,500 streams, 5,500 is release radar. The Discover Weekly is a little bit disappointing because I want more of that. That's the thing that's going to get your song into the not the big time. Big time is not the right word, but into the significant figures. If you want 100,000 streams or more, you need Discover Weekly support. You just need it. But in this case, I don't have it. This song is still relatively new, but going by the track record of my other 2 songs, they didn't get much Discover Weekly. So we'll just show you the second song I released. This one's really trickling along because I'm not spending any money for it. Kind of did okay on the heels of my other song. The other song has pushed this song, and that's also because of the playlists. I'll just show you. This Slap House Mix playlist is my own playlist. I invested $50 on that playlist. I'll just show you this playlist actually. And it's got 480 likes, and I kind of discreetly put my songs in there. So Be Forever's in there and the other songs in there. So yeah, it's doing okay. It's worth a bit of investment in your own playlist, I think, just to get it on that playlist. Now, Be Forever was on 242 playlists. So I actually think this is more of a successful song because it just got on more playlists, and I think that's really important. Actually, you do need it on more playlists. Otherwise, it's just a signal of success. If the more playlists your song is on, the more chance it's going to last. So your song could fizzle out and die if it's on one big playlist and only one. It'll once you're taken off that playlist, it will just die. No one's going to listen to your music. So the other thing that's really interesting is if we just go to the beginning of time compared to my second song, Inside You. So that's still doing better than the first song. the most recent song, but it has similar numbers, similar streams. Actually, 2,000 more streams. But the more recent song has got a lot more saves, and I just don't understand why. But my experience is saves are good for the algorithm, but I don't think they're going to get you more streams than the normal. It's just saved. So it's an algorithmic number, but it's not going to pop up on someone's thing randomly. Whereas if your song is on a playlist, it's more there's much more chance that your song will randomly pop up. But I just wanted to show you again. Sorry about this. I'm just going up and down. If I just show you my previous song again, you can see down here, even that one wasn't supported by Discover Weekly. So why? So my goal is not so much Release Radar, it's Discover Weekly. Discover Weekly is, in my opinion, is the most important algorithmic playlist because Release Radar just goes for 28 days in theory, but Discover Weekly goes forever. I mean, no, forever is a long time, but you know what I mean. So it can go on indefinitely, and it just didn't. And in this case, and in the previous song's case, I think I know why. Let's go back to the most latest song. I think the reason for that is once we got to 800 streams and we're hovering around the 400 or 500 stream mark. At that point there, I managed to get the song to a popularity score of 28. Now, you can get Discover Weekly with that popularity score, but other people I've worked with tend to get better results when their popularity score is 30 or more. The problem with getting a popularity score of 30 is you need this number, 800, between 800 and 1,000 streams a day. And my song was getting, obviously not that much. So we'll still wait and see because the song is still kind of new. It was only released at the end of August and it's now just the start of October. It's still kind of new, so it could still pick up on Discover Weekly, but the signs are that it probably won't. And I'm not going to invest more money in this. So I just don't have enough money. And that's going to lead me to my next point. Basically, with ads, you can do an ad that's $100, £100, $50, £50 or whatever. And they will get you streams. They'll get you likes. They'll get you saves. And they'll get you on playlists. They'll get you noticed. You might get some fans, right? Some super fans even, like who love you and support you for a long time. But this is an investment of $200. And my previous song, I invested less and got pretty good results as well. So it's only an investment of $200. But if you say doubled your investment, instead of getting on 200 playlists, 211 playlists, you might get on 400 playlists. And instead of getting 460, 450 streams a day, for a long period of time, you might get 700, 800, 900 streams a day, if you know what I mean. So the amount of money you spend on ads does directly impact the amount of streams you get. So this is a case where it actually might be worth spending more to get more. And I'm talking more algorithmic push. So just to trigger Discover Weekly, you need to spend more. Now, I haven't had the balls to do that yet because simply it's just too much money for me to invest. My budget's always around the $200 a month. So I think in this case, it's going to be difficult for me to prove this out because I don't want to spend so much money at this moment in time. I might save up and try it and try a budget of 500 or more just to show you guys, just to see how things will go. But I'm almost certain that if I had spent double, my streams for this song would be in the 20,000 or more mark, and I would be much, much more likely to get on Discover Weekly. So I think that's it for now. I mean, there's a few other things I want to show you. What's really interesting is in terms of audience generally, since the song came out, my audience has grown kind of substantially. And I think it could be because of my playlist. I'm not exactly sure, but it did start off really low. I think, let me just show you. When I started the song, yeah, there you go. It started very low, and then it just shot up. So the latest Chicago City song has had a good impact on me in terms of followers, because we were sitting at about 30 something before. So it's not all bad. I don't quite understand some of it, but it's not all bad. If we have a look at my audience from the beginning of time, this is my previous song. It really did get a huge algorithmic boost, but didn't get many followers. But the most recent song just got a lot of followers and had a much more solid. You can see kind of that solid looking display there. Let's do the last 28 days. And yeah, so nothing massive, but it just looks a bit more solid. Same with listeners. So that's it. Any questions? Feel free to DM me, comments, or whatever. I'm on Reddit and I'm on Instagram, and I've sent you all the links. I have had a few people contact me, and I really actually enjoy talking one-to-one with people about marketing strategies. So if you guys have got any ideas or want any help, just I don't know, not just say hello. So thanks a lot. Bye.